Mr. Chairman, sir, my name is Jacob Shegun. I write for Nigerian Tribune. Sir, in your explanation, you said this election was being rescheduled. Having had consultation with various stakeholders, may I ask you, did you consult with the National Assembly through the INEC committee, Senate committee, and House of Rep committee? Did you consult with them? And secondly, this is 11 hours. Why did you go ahead to postpone the election, having in mind that all Nigerians and the international community are waiting for team that is next week? Why can't you have done this earlier than this? Because Nigerians, this thing started with the NSA, who in London function announced that the security situation will not be palatable for any free and fair election in the country. Are you flying a kite for Nigeria? Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Sophia Ogezi, and I work for TVC News. My question is, I'm more concerned about the 4 states you mentioned, Adamawa, Borno, Yobe, and all that. The first question is, how many PVCs have you been able to distribute there? And with this shift you have, are there likelihoods that more people are likely going to get their PVCs in those areas? Bearing in mind that for the past 3-4 years now, we've had crisis situation in the states, so they are not disenfranchised.
Behind you, please. Congratulate lady, then behind you.
My name is Josephine Bitrus. I work for Decimal Television Network. Sir, you said when the security, Decimal Television Network. So you said when the security improves in the northeast of region, election will take place. Sir, for the past few years, there are people that have been displaced in their areas. I don't know, sir, when election will take place, will there be provision for polling booths for those internally displaced people to have their elections too?
Right behind you, please. Behind you.
All right, good evening, sir. My name is Sanders Okeke. I report for Hot FM. Sir, my question is this. Is the commission being coerced to take this decision by either power blocks or interest groups?
Okay, behind you.
My name is Ojo Chukura. I write for Africa Independent Television. It's a follow-up to the last question. Could it be that you were forced to take this decision, or have it on good authority that there were powers that be that forced you to do what you are doing now? Will you please clear the air on that? Thank you.
Sorry. My name is Chukse Hiri. I'm the chairman of Nigerian Union of Journalists FCT Council. It's still a follow-up to the last questions. You said you consulted widely, and you mentioned some of the people you consulted, including leaders of political parties. We want to know what were the opinions of this segment of Nigerians you consulted. Did they agree with the reasons you are giving us here for this shift in the date of the election, or did they disagree with it?
Perhaps Chairman wants to answer this round of questions that go back around. Chairman.
All right. Nigeria Tribune, you asked whether we consulted the National Assembly. At the National Council of State meeting which we had, both the Senate President and the Speaker of the House of Representatives were there and they participated. And also, as you are no doubt aware, the Senate Committee had already notified us that the Senate had passed a motion, recommending certain adjustments in the voting procedures. So I can say that as far as we are concerned, and as you know, the House of Reps in particular is on recess, and I have had discussions with many members of the National Assembly, not organized in a meeting like we did with the political parties, for example. So yes, we have done our fair share of consultation with members of the National Assembly. Then the question was asked, why now? And nothing happens before its time. It's now because this is the time. You know, when somebody said that INEC postponed this election because of PVCs, you know, there was no formal communication. We had it on the radio like anybody, and as I said, even now, we do not believe that the collection of PVC is sufficient reason for postponing the election, and we've said it before. You know, so, but now there is a new issue, and that issue is whether our personnel, our material, and the voters will be secure when we roll out for the election. You know? And the highest, the only people who can provide assurance of security have said that they will be unable to do so. So there are new issues entirely. Now, are we flying a kite? Do you say kite? I don't know how to fly a kite. I know I don't fly kites. But we are taking issues as they arise. TVC News. How many PVCs have we distributed in the Northeast? I can give you the statistics. In Borno, the collection rate of PVC is 68.28%. In Gombe, the collection rate is 78%. In Yobe, the collection rate is 74.95%. And in Adamawa, the collection rate is 80%. And remember, although there are areas that are under the control of the insurgents, there are also many areas that are not under their control. And in these areas, we were able to distribute permanent voters' cards. Even inside Maiduguri itself, and in Adamawa, we were also able to distribute voters' cards to internally displaced persons. In fact, we were preparing to conduct elections to give opportunity to internally displaced persons to vote as per our schedule. You know, so again, perhaps this gives us an opportunity to also use the time to further perfect those plans, just in case that we still have to deal with internally displaced persons after the period of extension. Decimal TV, you said for the past 2 years there has been insurgency, and then you asked whether we will be able to accommodate IDPs. I have answered that question. We've already made arrangements, and we had stakeholder meetings, and they accepted our plan, and we've already identified polling centers where IDP people can vote in Adamawa, Yobe, and Borno. Gombe already our plans were on. So really we are prepared to accommodate the needs of IDPs in these states. We have said that there is no time to now address every category of IDPs nationwide. But the template we plan to use in the 3 states under insurgency, we believe that post-2015 general elections, we should be able to use it for nationwide, addressing the needs of IDPs nationwide. Is the Commission being coerced? I want to reassure you and reassure all Nigerians that nobody is forcing us to take this decision. This is a very weighty decision, and we know either way there will be consequences. And we just have to satisfy our conscience whether we are taking the right decision. We may not be able to satisfy everybody. In fact, many people out there will be very angry and annoyed with this decision. But as far as somebody has to take this decision, and it is our lot to take that decision, and we've considered everything, and we believe it's the best decision to take under the circumstances. We are going to have close to 700,000 ad hoc personnel for election duty. And there is no way in good conscience we can deploy these people if there is no guarantee of security. In fact, there is no guarantee that once they know there is no guarantee of security, that they will even come out to do this job. And that in itself may result in the failure of the exercise that everybody wants to succeed. So these are the issues. They are not pleasant decisions to take, but they are necessary decisions to take, and we have to take them as such. So nobody has forced us. AIT, Hot FM, nobody has coerced us. AIT, nobody has forced us to take this decision. We stand by this decision, because we know it's the right decision to take under the circumstances. NUJ, FCT. What are the sentiments of these people? I've told you these people, go look for them and ask them. What I can tell you is some said postpone, other reschedule, others say don't reschedule. And that is what we expected. We wanted to hear the range of people, what is the advice. And we've got the range of advice, and we've taken all this into consideration to make our decision. But I can't sit here and tell you party X said this, party Y said this. Go to them and they will tell you. If I'm lying that they didn't say anything, they will also tell you. But they were there, and the 26 out of the 28 registered parties were represented. And in fact, most of the parties were represented by their chairmen. Those that were not represented by their chairmen were represented by their secretaries. I can take more questions.